Um, I don't know if you have seen this update. You see, federal government. You see this the source of the news, Sahara Reporters. So it's authentic and original. It's direct from good source, from original source, allegedly by the source of this news, Sahara Reporters. That federal government is making a move to ban indigenous language in Nigeria. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. The president of Nigeria, the federal government, is making a move to ban and stop the use of indigenous language. What is indigenous language? Our local dialects language. What does it mean in actual sense? The federal government want to stop the speaking of Nigerian languages in the school and in the country. Not only in the school, in the country. That's as you are now, no matter where you are, no matter who you are, no more speaking of your language. You have to go straight with English. No more speaking of Yoruba. No more speaking of Hausa. No more speaking of Igbo. No more speaking of Efik. No Igala. No Edoma. No whatever you call Calabar. Whatever you call. No even Fulani. No more speaking of any indigenous language except grammar, English language, pure and straight. You can see the news here. You know, some time ago I did a video. I told you people that Chinese language has been, it's already on the way into our school curriculum. And it's going to affect our indigenous language. I did that video. Now, gradually, they are coming out. They are starting by, trying to kill the spirit of indigenous language. Then bringing English up. Then the next thing that will follow it is Chinese. Remember, Chinese is the country in the whole world that Nigeria is owing more. Nigeria is owing Chinese too much of loan. So, and how are you going to pay this loan? Chinese will force themselves on Nigeria. Second, colonization. You understand? You speak their language, their police will be here, you will labor for them. That is why this tax that is coming up, that taxation, we must pay with our sweat. And we will bear Chinese name and speak their language. It's another colonization. It's another colonization. And I want to ask Mr. President, if you said there is no more speaking, or federal government, if you said there is no more speaking, there will be no more speaking of indigenous language, no local language. All right? Good. Mr. President, you are educated. You speak English very well. Fine. Myself, I try my best. Fine. Many people speak English. What about local people in the villages that cannot even afford to attend the 4 walls of education? Even nursery school, they can't. What about those old women, those old men, those children in the village that cannot understand English? How do you expect them to communicate? Local market people, there are people that even travel for the first time in their life. They move out of Nigeria to outside country where their language does not exist over there. How do you want them to go? They must. I don't understand. So now, I want to say, me personally, I can never abandon my language. No matter the law in Nigeria, I used to be law abiding, but you see in this one, I will disobey it even if they should bring it forth. I will never obey Nigeria in this one. I am an Igbo man. I speak Igbo forever and ever till my grave. My children will keep speaking Igbo. Igbo language will never die. If you like, sell your own. If you like, give. If you like, bow to their order. There are some laws that cannot be obeyed. Not the law of trying to kill my identity and personality. To take foreign, a strange, what I don't know where it came from. What is English language? How did English language came to Africa? Nigeria, Christianity is just 180 years in Nigeria. Christianity is 180 years in Nigeria now. And English came with Christianity. How did English came? Because when Christianity came, people were not understanding what these people are saying. Right? In Africa. They don't understand what the people are saying. So how would they communicate Christianity, teaching of the Bible to the people for them to understand? Then they had to start, training some black people on how to speak their own language, which is English. And when those people started learning and getting it right, they started teaching others. You understand? At the time, the white people now turned it to school, and they started forming classroom just to teach English language. They want to use just to communicate that Bible explanation to the people. That was just the reason why English came. Then from there, they discover many things they discovered. You understand? They turn it to Western education. That was how this modern school came. So now you want us to kill our own language, pata pata, and then follow the English language that came which day. It cannot work. Morocco anya, Yoruba, sell your Yoruba. Hausa, say your Hausa. Me as an Igbo man, I will never say who I am. I am who I am. Will you change my blood? Will you change my skin? Will you change my geographical area? Are you going to? It's not possible. You better say no to sell out. Be one.